I've got a comic unboxing for you today from Whatnot. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is John and you're watching Old Stuff is Cool. So I just received this package from a recent Whatnot order. This one was a bit interesting as it was a brand new seller to me and they didn't normally deal with comics. It looks like they're a reseller. They recently went to a estate sale, which folks who are hunting for collections and deals know that that can be a good source. Personally, I've never been to one. I think just timing-wise, it hasn't quite worked out. Maybe one day. But they were just grouping books by titles and in general grouped them in like lots of 20. And the craziest thing I saw, and probably the highest selling lot of comics, were these 20 comics of Uncanny X-Men, ranging from issues like around 97 or 98 up through like around 140, like just past the Dark Phoenix saga, and included a lot of key books. Now, I think there are a lot of resellers as well as collectors watching that day, and that thing got bid up to, I want to say like $450, something just shy of $500. That was too rich for my blood, even though it included a bunch of comics that would have been great to help fill out my Chris Claremont run on Uncanny. And in general, it looks like the comics range from the Bronze Age all the way to maybe late 90s. And who knows what had gone earlier on in the show. The seller mentioned they had sold Wolverine, they had sold Amazing Spider-Man. Man, I would have loved to get some Amazing Spider-Man books, especially if they're right around that, issue 300. But there's no need to dwell on what might have been. Personally, I picked up one lot of about 16 or 17 books. We'll find out in just a second. Let's get right into this. All right, so taking a closer look, again, I knew that this wasn't a regular comic seller. However, they did pick up bags and boards for all the books, so that's good. It looks like BCW makes shoe storage boxes, and they kind of rejiggered this. In case there's any budding sellers out there on Whatnot, eBay, or even just whatever platform you like, go and use from your local postal service. There's a bunch of boxes, medium boxes, large boxes, and whatnot. If you need like cardboard, raw materials, they also have a bunch of bubble mailers, and that can be all had for free. So, yeah, looking at the condition, I mean, a little of the book sticks out on the side, but there's nothing like super high dollar in here, and for the most part, I think it survived. It's always interesting to see how people package and ship things, and I always, tons of respect, props given for folks who package super securely. I like to think I package very securely when I ship out things to friends, when I occasionally sell on eBay. In case you didn't know, there's some comics there, but sometimes I'll sell other collectibles, toys, even I've been selling a bunch of Magic cards as of late. I was huge into Magic years ago, even well before I was dating my wife, and I got out of the game just because of how big of a money pit it could be. Wonderful game, don't get me wrong, and I am often tempted to try a new set, especially with the various collaborations that Magic has done, including the X-Men. There's a Final Fantasy collaboration coming up, which I'm sure is going to do well. I'm getting distracted from the actual unpackaging. Apologies. I'm also being very careful. Painter's tape can be your friend, which there's some painter's tape used, but to free it from this cardboard, I'm just trying careful not to damage the books themselves. Nice little bundle. I believe from what I remember, this came actually pretty quick, within a week of me purchasing it. All right, like I said, usually I do a little research on key significance, if there's any to the books, but this literally just came in the mail like 10 minutes ago. I had some time to film, so here we are. First book we've got is Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu #1. And this is confirming it's this is a lot of 16 books. And there will be more Moon Knight books. Normally I do organize to, do a little prep beforehand and put the books in some sort of order. I thought it'd be fun to maybe capture just my initial reaction to seeing it. I'm also going to take a closer look at the condition. I think it's a mixed bag. This one's looking a little rough. West Coast Avengers number 17. So there's a bunch of West Coast Avengers here who fans of the book will know Moon Knight actually joins. West Coast Avengers number 16. West Coast Avengers number 12. Looks like we're going down in number order. West Coast Avengers number 8. And just a heads up, I'm not a huge Avengers collector, but all this with shipping was about $17, which I think at the very least, it's something good for trade. Let's keep going. West Coast Avengers number 4, part of a 4-issue miniseries. This one is one I recognized, which I kind of want to pull the trigger. It's West Coast Avengers number 1 of the miniseries. And now back to West Coast Avengers number 18. This one looks interesting in that it says trapped in the Old West. I do believe there's some weird shenanigans with, I forget, this character at one point was called Ghost Rider, and maybe they changed his name to Phantom Rider, but he tries some shenanigans with Mockingbird, Bobby Morse, and doesn't make it out. All right, next looks like we've got some Moon Knight from the original series, which is great. I've been wanting to pick up some of these books. This is what really drew me to this lot, is the Moon Knight books. We got issue number 5. And you know what? I'll look up if it's a key issue. I'll put text down at the bottom if there's any significance to these. Moon Knight number 6. There's a lot of spine ticks and some spine roll, but I do like that cover. I'm keeping my eye out for any great Bill Sienkiewicz covers here, but number 7 features one. Although this is a little different, it's very text heavy. And it looks like I have more West Coast Avengers here. Number 29. And these are just fun pickups. I know most of these West Coast Avenger books are probably just dollar books. Number 26. Number 23. And, I should have just waited because I didn't know if this issue was in it. This is the thing I was telling you about. There he is. Apologies if there were any spoilers, but as I said, it does not end well for Phantom Rider. Here is West Coast Avengers number 21, and this is when Moon Knight and Hank Pym join the team. And last but not least, we've got West Coast Avengers number 20, the team sinking into some quicksand. And that's it. That's all the books. So I don't know. What do you guys think? How did I do for a $9 lot plus shipping? $17. Books come out about $1 each. I think that's not bad. Condition wise too, I know it might be a little hard for you to see as I was holding up, but overall I would say these are at the very least like very fine minus, maybe fine, in that range. And maybe 3 or 4 of the books were a little rougher around the edges, still mid-grade. Spine ticks, spine rolls, spine ticks and spine rolls. I think I made out okay, and starting to grow that Moon Knight collection for Volume 1. But yeah, if you thought this was a good deal, if you had a favorite book amongst this lot right here, let me know in the comments below. You can also find me over on Instagram, also as Old Stuff Is Cool. I'd love to chat with you about comics, what you're into, what you're collecting. But otherwise, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.